But you do know that during the 2-year time skip, Luffy actually grew by 2 centimeters. Quite an unexpected growth, isn't it? Hell on, here's some of the most coolest One Piece facts you probably did not know. So grab your bananas, squeeze them nuts, and let's crack right into the video. One of the most known Usopp's lies is that I'll die if I go to that island disease. This turned out to be an actual disease, and in fact, this was the exact same disease which Buggy caught before he got to Laugh Tale, and the very reason why him and Shanks didn't make it to the final island. Ace shares his birthday with Oda on January 1st. The only person to have defeated Zoro the most times is Guina. She pounded him exactly 2001 times. According to Luffy's dumb logic, the direction he feels coldest to is north. Oda said that Hancock and 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚢𝚛𝚒 are hardest characters to draw in One Piece. I wonder why that is. Enel attacked the aliens and city on the moon to destroy, but the whole civilization came back to life because of Enel's strong voltage. Enel became the savior. According to Oda, Luffy can extend his ding-dong. With his devil fruit abilities, Buggy's thing can separate from his body. Hody Jones has 2 Johnsons, and Diamond Joju has the hardest dong of all, given that it is made of the hardest substance, diamond. According to Oda, Boa is 6 feet 3 inches tall, has a bust of 3 feet 7.7 inches and a waist of 2 feet. That makes her 1 inch taller than Robin, but weirdly, Oda gives her an extra 4.7 inches of bust despite only an extra 1 inch of waist to hold it. Usopp was shown to fear Buggy even though he never actually met him. He's also the only one out of the original 5 to never see Buggy in Loguetown. On that note, only the original 3 and Jinbei never actually interacted with Buggy. Sanji did likely see Buggy's attempt to execute Luffy, but they made no interaction otherwise. Because of the shape of Luffy's mushroom as mentioned on Kuza Island, it can be inferred that Luffy is circumcised. Nami is the only Straw Hat to invite someone to join the crew. She is the first to invite Chopper to join the crew before Luffy did. Robin is the only member not invited by Luffy as she asks to join. Oda stated, besides human intelligence and emotions, Chopper has no interest in mating with humans. He's mostly attracted to the mink females. When fans questioned Oda from which country would each Straw Hat belong to in real life, he said Luffy, Brazil, Zoro, Japan, Sanji, France, Nami, Sweden, Usopp, somewhere in Africa, Robin, Russia, Chopper, Canada, Frankie, United States, and Brooke, Austria. Each of Straw Hat's favorite and least favorite food are Luffy, favorite, all kinds of meat. Don't know if that includes the thing between his legs. Least favorite, cherry pie. Zoro, favorite, white rice. Least favorite, chocolate because it is too sweet. Sanji, favorite, spicy sea pasta or anything that complements black tea. Least favorite, cognac since they have no nutritional value. Nami, favorite, all fruits, especially tangerine. Least favorite, orangeade because she prefers the actual fruit. Usopp, favorite, pike from Autumn Island. Least favorite, mushroom. Chopper, favorite, all sweet things, especially chocolates and cotton candy. Least favorite, all spicy things. Robin, favorite, sandwich. Least favorite, sticky edible gum. Frankie, favorite, cola and anything that goes with cola. Least favorite, marshmallows. And finally Brooke, favorite, tea, takoyaki and curry. Least favorite, lemon. In a crossover of One Piece and Dragon Ball, Luffy was seen riding Goku's cloud, showing that he has a pure heart. Oda stated if a Kainu were to be a pirate, he would find One Piece in a single year. Kaido does not fly, he actually creates small clouds like Momo, then walks and climbs on them. Sanji taught all Straw Hats to tie a tie. The reason Luffy does not kill anyone is because he prefers to destroy the dreams of his enemies, which is far more painful than simply taking their life. Zoro was originally supposed to be Buggy's bodyguard. He's also the first to kill a dragon since Ryuma died. Also, he has never used Sanji's real name. There was a Japanese kid dying of lung cancer who was a huge fan of One Piece. The Make-A-Wish Foundation helped him get in contact with Oda, who then revealed the ending to him. The Gura Gura no Mi does not only produce quakes when the user makes a move like a backhand punch or swing of their weapon, the fruit turns the user itself into a vibrate human, making them vibrate all the time. This makes the user a great vibrator, which I'm sure some girls would die to have. Oda once told a fan if the Straw Hats were not pirates and had modern jobs, this is what they would be: Luffy, firefighter; Zoro, police officer. I wonder why that is. Nami, nursery school teacher; Usopp, graphic designer; Sanji, stylist; Chopper, grade school teacher; Robin, flight attendant; Frankie, pilot; and Brook, detective. Luffy, Zoro and Brook bathe only once a week. If you think about it, Buggy has never actually lost a fight in any of his appearances. He even dodges Mihawk's slashes. I say dodged because I am fairly certain Mihawk was using Haki and Buggy just avoided it all. Buggy's only actual loss consisted of Luffy kicking him in the nuts. He was also the closest person to ever killing Luffy, with the only saving grace being a random blast of lightning strike. Furthermore, Buggy navigated the New World with the Rodza pirates and was able to fight relatively well against some of the Whitebeard pirates. He also had a pretty simple time crossing the New World with his own crew. I genuinely think Buggy is Yonko level. He's just holding back his true power. One of Zoro's weird hobby is flipping through picture guides of weapon and bounty heads. Previously, Robin and Usopp were Straw Hats' only hairdressers. Much later, during Wano, in another SPS, Oda added Sanji to the list, suggesting that Sanji learned how to cut hair while he was in Kamabaka Kingdom. Law is the youngest Shichibukai, while Ace is the first person to reject being a Shichibukai. Usopp's nose is a little bigger than that of Kaku's. According to Oda, in the final chapters of One Piece, a pirate with an eye patch will appear. Canonically, Mad Monk Uruge's hobby is lovemaking. This means he's the only monk that F's a lot. Or in other words, he's the only person that can give girls the perfect holy shower. Wouldn't you agree? When Kid and Killer were young, they ate curry udon with their crush, Victoria. They laughed when she spilled curry broth all over herself while eating it, causing her to beat them up. This caused curry udon to become their least favorite food. Brook is the only Straw Hat who has never met one of Luffy's brothers. Sabo met part of the crew at the end of the Dressrosa arc. At this point, Brook was already on Joe together with Nami, Sanji and Chopper. These three met Ace in Alabasta. Jinbei met Ace multiple times. He fought him for 5 days before Ace joined Whitebeard's crew, and both were put in the same cell in Impel Down. The fridge of Sunny is made of Whirlpool metal. Just opening it requires a password, and the password is only known to Sanji, Nami and Robin. I wonder why. Surprisingly, even an idiot like Zoro has a book in the Sunny's library. The two girls following Blackbeard around are called Turi and Maki, which put together is Turi Maki, roughly meaning gold digger. In the SPS sketches for the Going Merry's layout, Oda included a note which states the guys don't use toilet very often, implying that they usually just piss off the side. Luffy, Usopp, Chopper, Robin and Brook cross their eyes, the other crew members do not. Yosaku, way back in the Arlong Park arc, is the first person to mention the 7 Warlord system, where Mihawk and Jinbei are 2 of the members. He also mentioned that Jinbei was Arlong's boss, and he was the one who sent Arlong to East Blue. Oda originally planned for Jinbei to be a villain, but changed his mind. The Dan has a Coast Guard bounty, not a Navy bounty, so Garp isn't obligated to turn her in. She's another department's problem. The bug that Full Body killed and put in his soup to try and humiliate Sanji is named Bachi, and as a result is the weakest named character in the series. Sanji's possible fiancé Pudding, 16 years old, is a year younger than Chopper, 17 years old. The people of Syrup Village have yet to know the fate of the legendary Going Merry. In an interview with a fan, Oda shared what the inner monologue for every Straw Hat is. Luffy, meat, 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 king. Zoro, sword, sword, strength, strength, strength. Nami, money, 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 beauty. Usopp, warrior, lies, lies, run, run. Sanji, woman, food, food, Nami, Robin. Chopper, doctor, medicine, sweet, trust, beast. Robin, learn, learn, history, old secret. Frankie, weird, 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 iron. Brook, panties, panties, laugh, TT. Jinbei, world peace. Luffy can stretch about 72 Gomu Gomus. Bartolomeo's barrier can also cover a range of 50,000 bodies. Captain Axehand Morgan is the Marine who got credit for capturing the fake Captain Kuro, and this is how he got his promotion to Captain. During the raid, the real Kuro broke his jaw, which is why he has the metal jaw prosthetic. Kiku's height is a whopping 9 feet 4 inches. Otoko is not Yasui's biological daughter, she is adopted. Also, Yasui never ate a smile fruit. King, 613 centimeters, is 1 centimeter taller than Queen, 612 centimeters. There are 3 bathrooms on the 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚒𝚑𝚝, 2 underneath the stairs at the forepart of the ship near the berthings, and the third is next to the bathhouse. Both berthings also have a sink near the entrance. Many One Piece characters are based off real-life pirates. However, only one of those characters is a Straw Hat, which is Zoro, and he's based off 2 real-life pirates. He gets the name Roronoa from Francois Illinois and the moniker Pirate Hunter from William Kidd, who also happens to be Eustace Kidd's namesake. The real Captain Kidd, which Eustace is named after, had a pirate father named John Kidd. This means there is a possible family connection between Eustace Kidd and Captain John, former Rocks Pirates member whose treasure Buggy desperately wants. Out of all the worst foods out there, Law does not like bread. All members of the monkey family have a noticeable mark on the left side of their faces. Luffy and Garp have a scar, whereas Dragon has a tattoo. Also, all 3 brothers, Luffy, Ace and Sabo, have their own signature hats. Django's weird chin is actually a mushroom. Nami, Sanji and Zoro are the only members of the Straw Hat crew currently in their 20s, 20, 21 and 21. If Yamato joins, she'd be the 4th member in their 20s, 28, tied with Momonosuke's chronological age, Robin's age pre-time skip. If Kara joins, she'd be the youngest, 15, same age as Chopper when he first joined. Killer's favorite food is spaghetti because he can eat it through the holes in his mask. Mr. Nine and Miss Monday had a child together. The fake Straw Hat crew had a bounty of 206 million berries, which makes them more wanted than both Dory and Broggy. Sanji's name was almost Naruto, Oda changed it at the last minute after hearing his manga rival Kishimoto had already used the exact same name for his main character and the manga title. Most Straw Hat recruits have a pattern which is followed before and after Grand Line. Zoro and Chopper, they were both considered to be a monster but are kind in their heart. Usopp and Frankie, both of them were troublemaker of the island, having few followers of their own, and both can do long-range fighting. Nami and Robin both betrayed their crew and left, but the reason behind that proves that they are a good person. The crew fights for them and take them back. Sanji and Brook both are introduced with a nice suit, having a hot dish in hand. Sanji, hot soup, Brook, hot coffee. And the final and the most juiciest fact of the video, originally Oda intended for One Piece to be a story that only lasted a couple of years. The East Blue arc was supposed to be half or a third of the entire story, and that same pace was supposed to be kept up throughout the rest of the story. Also, devil fruits were supposed to be a very rare thing that hardly anyone had ever heard of, and the version of Shanks and his crew that was seen in the first story were meant to be roughly the pinnacle of power that a character in the series was ever going to demonstrate. Additionally, there were going to be other mystical powers that characters in the One Piece world could use that wouldn't be devil fruit powers. We saw a bit of that early on. For example, Zango's hypnosis power and Miss Golden Week's color trap, which were both examples of non-devil fruit abilities. Even the first villain Luffy was going to go against in one of the 2 early drafts used some sort of magic. The original concept of One Piece was so drastically different from what we have now that it would be practically unrecognizable.